Luxury interiors aren't ruined by bad furniture, they're ruined by the wrong fabric choices. Today, I'll walk you through the exact materials behind the old money aesthetic, what to use, what to avoid, and why most homes get this wrong. I'll show you the fabrics that quietly define true luxury and why they only get better with time. If this kind of design insight speaks to you, subscribe to support the channel and thank you for being here at the very beginning. Let's begin with my favorite. Heavyweight Belgian linen. This is the backbone of the English country house style that we see in so many upscale American estates. Many people worry about wrinkles, but in this aesthetic, we call that patina. It implies a relaxed confidence. When shopping, check the weight. You want something that feels substantial in your hand, at least 12 ounces. If you have kids or pets, look for performance linen. It keeps that high-end look but adds stain resistance. Moving on to a slightly dressier option, cotton velvet. Not the shiny synthetic kind, but the matte, dry kind. Cotton velvet is incredible for upholstery because it doesn't have that cheap glare. It just gets softer and richer over time. Now, for structure, we look to wool and boucle. These are your workhorses for high-traffic areas. Wool tailors like a custom, premium-tier suit. It holds its shape perfectly on tight-back sofas or dining chairs. With these foundation fabrics, we usually stick to solids or very subtle textures. Herringbone is a classic choice. For that timeless look, keep these large pieces neutral. Oatmeal, stone, taupe, or soft grays. The reason is simple. A neutral sofa in a high-quality wool will last you 20 years without looking dated. Another trick from the Hampton is the loose slipcover. It feels casual, yet incredibly investment grade if the fit is right. You might look for a kick pleat or a skirt at the bottom. It hides the legs and adds softness. I occasionally use leather, but only if it looks like it's been there for decades. Think cognac or saddle colors. Avoid anything that looks too perfect or plastic. You want visible grain and natural imperfections. So, build your room's foundation with these honest materials. Linen for flow, wool for structure, cotton for comfort. Now, a room full of beige linen can get boring. To make it luxury, we need to add some drama. Think of the linen and wool we just discussed as your well-tailored suit. These next fabrics are the jewelry. First up is mohair. It has a distinctive, soft sheen that catches the light beautifully. It is a costly investment, yes, but it is virtually indestructible. It resists dirt and crushing better than almost anything. Next, we have silk. In a timeless home, we use silk primarily for window treatments, rarely for upholstery. Never put 100% silk on a main sofa. The sun will rot the fibers, and one spilled drink ruins it forever. Instead, ask for a wool-silk blend. You get that beautiful drape and subtle shimmer, but with much more strength. For pure opulence, there is silk velvet. Unlike cotton velvet, this has a deep, liquid-like pile. A quick tip: silk velvet is sensitive. If you sit on it, it leaves a soft crush in the fabric. While some might see this as a flaw in the great houses of Europe and the historic mansions of the East Coast, this lived-in texture is cherished. It's a sign of a real, authentic material. This is where you introduce deep color. Navy, forest green, or chocolate brown work best here. The secret to the old money look is contrast. Place a shiny silk pillow on a rough matte linen sofa. For a more traditional look, you might use a matte and shine damask. It adds history without shouting. You don't need to do the whole room. Just 2 mohair armchairs can elevate an entire space of neutral basics. We have our foundation, and we have our shine. But to stop the room from looking flat, we need pattern. Most people are terrified of pattern. They stick to solids because it feels safe. But safe can look flat. A true heritage home relies on a specific trio: 1 floral, 1 stripe, and 1 geometric. The secret is scale. If your floral is large and bold, your geometric must be small and tight. Start with stripes. A classic blue and white ticking stripe is timeless. It works in a farmhouse or a Manhattan penthouse. For florals, Avoid anything too bright or cartoonish. Look for block prints or faded tea-stained colors. Plaids and tartans add a masculine energy. I love a subtle wool check on a reading chair or ottoman. If upholstery scares you, put the pattern on the floor. A vintage Ushak rug is the ultimate cheat code. A patterned rug hides crumbs and lint, but it also gives you a color map for the rest of the room. Think of your sofa pillows as a laboratory. This is where you test mixes before committing to high-ticket upholstery. If your walls are plain, you can afford patterned drapes. If you have wallpaper, keep the drapes solid. When you think you are done, take one thing away. Breathing room is just as important as the fabric itself. Fabrics are the soul of the home. Don't rush this process. Buy what feels good to the touch and trust your instinct. I hope this guide helps you choose with confidence and see materials in a new way. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you a wonderful day and plenty of inspiration for your own space. If you have questions, ideas, or an interesting personal experience to share, leave a comment below. I read every comment and always reply. Thank you for supporting this channel.